everyone, Chris here. Thanks for coming by. We're going to have an interesting time of drawing today. We're going to do some contour drawing of a cappuccino cup and a green apple. Color doesn't really matter, actually. Any apple works. This happens to be a green apple. You can use a red apple. There's all varieties of apples, of course. But we're just going to do a quick study on this, and we're going to use a black pen. This is a Statler pigment liner. I use these. I have purchased, they're like sets of like maybe 5 or 6 or 8 markers in a package, and you get all the different sizes. This is a 0.5. I like to use office pens. This is a Uniball Vision Elite pen. This pen tends to be really nice. It's got like a very nice sharp point to it, and I like the cap on it, so this way I can stow it in my pocket or whatever. And when I'm out, maybe out doing some drawing in the field, or if I'm taking a break, maybe if I'm somewhere and I'm parked, let's say, and I'm waiting to do something, I can just grab my sketchbook in my car and do some sketching. And I have these, and usually keep a few of these in the car too as well. So it's always great to pre-position your art materials, like maybe some art materials in your car, just in case you have some downtime and you can take a sketchbook out and do some drawing. You could also, if you're visiting or something like that with family or friends and things are really quiet and boring, let's say, and you could take out your sketch pad and maybe do 10-15 minutes of some drawing around something in the house or the apartment or outside. There's always, when you're practicing up on your drawing skills, just go for it. Try to think about having your art supplies, your at least your sketch pad and a pen, pencil, an eraser. Try to have a few of those maybe in the car. Maybe you leave some at your friend's house or families. Families, like if you go to your family's house quite a bit and you visit, you can maybe leave a couple sketchbooks there and some pens there too as well, so you can draw there as well. And maybe someone else would like to take up some sketching, and you can have some fun that way, showing somebody some drawing and sketching skills and so forth when you're out with family and friends. So we're going to do this apple again and cappuccino cup, and what we'll do is what we're going to try to focus on here is getting these apple and this cappuccino cup in a two-dimensional setup. So what I'll do is I have a foam board set up to my right. Outside of the camera, you can't see it, of course, but it's just a foam board, and I have it set up at eye level. So if you set things up like an apple, a coffee cup, a teacup, just think of anything, a vase, a flower, a couple, vase of flowers, whatever it is. If you set it up at eye level, you'll get a two-dimensional look. So what I'll do is, let's just put this here for a second, and I'm going to find some paper here. Okay, so this is just a quick example. So I know when I first started drawing and sketching a lot, I just automatically tried to draw things that were in a two-dimensional space. So I tried to stay away from complicated things like three-dimensional type, like if I was outside trying to, draw like a building or something or a house, three-dimensional things like this, those are a little more difficult. Getting those, and you can work those things out, and we'll cover that too in videos to come. We're going to cover doing things, in three-dimensional space, and working on our angles and perspective and so forth. But in the beginning, when I was younger as an artist, I just automatically, like I said, I tried to draw everything just in two dimensions like this. So if I saw a house, I would try to set up in front of a house or a building so that I didn't really see much of the three-dimensional quality of the structure, I would try to set up right in front of it straight so that it made everything more simple. Because once I started seeing these angles on something, right away I knew I'm going to have problems. So I think I just was a little bit frustrated in the beginning of trying to capture these angles, and it was taking me a long time to figure out how to get to this level of drawing three-dimensionally. So I just, again, automatically did this. Try to always set up things when I was sitting down or whatever I was drawing. I tried to capture as much as I could this type of a look. So, and that's fine. Actually, you can train your eye and train your drawing skills doing two-dimensional drawings. And I would say, if you're kind of newer to drawing, or you find that you're having a lot of problems with three-dimensional type drawings, practice a lot on the two-dimensional drawings, and eventually it'll just sort of happen for you that you'll start to figure out the angles. And there's, again, we'll cover this, and there's books and there's videos on it. You can also research this all out. All I'm saying is, just from my experience, I just was out there trying to draw and get better at my drawing skills, and I wasn't so much buying books about it or trying to research everything. I was just wanted to draw and started drawing. And so what I'm saying is the two-dimensional look is fine. We can draw that. So if we're drawing something in 2 dimensions, we have a table, we have maybe our apple here, and there we have it. We have an apple, and that might be a table or a foam board, whatever it is. And that works really well. And you can train your eye for, you could work on these type of two-dimensional drawings all the time. And then eventually, when you're comfortable, you start working into your three-dimensional drawings and working out perspective. And there's all kinds of ways to do that. Again, we'll cover that in upcoming videos. All right. Just wanted to mention that quickly, because we're going to do these in two-dimensional look. So I'm going to take these and put these up on the foam board across from me. And I'll set them up just next to each other like we had. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my tabletop across my page like so. And then maybe what I'll do is we'll make a frame around our drawing. So I'm going to just make a rectangle. Okay, so we're going to pretend this is a table. So I'll put a table here. Maybe there's a couple legs on this table, like so, just so we have a little idea of a table. And then we're going to draw our apple. So we're going to take our time here and just contour draw. Now, if you want, you can always start out with a pencil and do a really super light drawing of your apple, just so you can kind of get a feel for it first and say, all right, let me try to get this apple like so. And we'll do another super light sketch of our cappuccino cup, and that is that's about the same height as the apple. And then it goes across the table on the bottom, and then it tapers up again. Then it goes across like so. And then we have the handle over here. And then here we have the handle like that. Okay, and then if you see that there's maybe an angle or two off or something, you can just gently erase. Eventually, you'll just go for it and draw everything with your pen and not worry about sketching it with a pencil first. But if you're first starting out, or you just want to make sure you get it pretty accurate, you can do that. Draw in the line and then lift up the other line once you draw in the new line. Like that. Okay, so here we're gonna go around. Okay, we're doing our apple now. And we have the stem. Okay, that's our apple. And now let's do our cup. I just start at the top. You can start anywhere you want. When you do your contour drawing, the thing is just stick to the flowing lines. Don't sketch at all. Like, no, we don't want to sketch. We just want to start one place and just go right around. And that's what helps when you do this super light pencil sketch first. Then you can almost, it trains you to do the contour drawing when you do a light sketch first with pencil, because then you're kind of just tracing over your pencil line, knowing that it's pretty accurate. And then we've completed this apple and cappuccino cup. And that's really pretty simple. Let's add something else in. Why not? Maybe we'll do a spritzer bottle. So let's take a spritzer bottle and we'll put it up here and we'll just set it up on the table, maybe next to the apple. And I'll draw that. And we'll just go up. And I'm just going to, at this point, I'll just go with the pen, and I'm not going to really sketch this with a pencil first. Let me just go right with the pen straight into the drawing, and then this goes across. And I'm looking at the width of the bottle. It's about this much. It's about half the width, or a little less than half the width of the apple. So I kind of I judge my width of my apple compared to my new water spritzer bottle I'm going to draw here. So I say, well, how wide's the apple? Well, the apple is, wow, it's the same size as the cap of the pen. So now if I go over here to my table and I say, how wide is this apple compared to the bottle? And I say, all right, here's 1 and 2. So this is half the width of this apple. So when I set my apple up across from me in my spritzer bottle again, I know that spritzer bottle is about half the width of this apple. So I might have went a little bit thin. Let's see. All right, so that's the cap. So then we take half the apple here and say that should be about the width of our spritzer. And it is. It's about, yeah, pretty close. So we're pretty accurate. And then we see that the top of the spritzer bottle goes up a little bit, and it is about there. Then it terraces back in a little more, and it's a little bit smaller in height, this next section up, as you can see. We have the spritzer bottle, and you can see that this portion here is thinner. So this is wide. That's pretty wide. That part is thin, maybe half the width of this. So we just go up, and then we say, all right, this next little spot on the bottle top is about half that. So I went a little smaller than half, but it still is okay. It looks all right. And then we're going to, the very top of the, okay, and this is clear plastic, so we do see inside our there's a plastic, and I think that's all we need to do there. We don't have to go too much with the details on this plastic tube inside. This is the tube to pull the water up from the bottle out to the spritzer area up top, the plunger and the spritzer section. So this is just like a straw basically inside the bottle. And that is a simple way of drawing an apple. Could be a coffee cup, tea cup. This is a cappuccino cup. We have, let's see if we have something here. Let's use a China marker. We have a China marker here. I get these in the hardware store. A lot of construction workers use these. And so they're made by Sharpie too. And maybe we'll add in a little bit of shading. So let's shade in our table. And it's fun with these Sharpie markers, these Sharpie crayons. You can shade things in. So this is our table. And this is our two-dimensional drawing. And we have the legs of the table under here. Like that. And we could say maybe the light's coming from this side over here. So we could do a little bit of shading over here. Just maybe a little bit of shading to give us a little bit of a feel of light. That's all, like that. Same with the apple. We get used to the feeling of looking for the light in our paintings and in our drawings. And that's all. We add a little shading to our drawing. And I find that if you work on these two-dimensional drawings like this, where you look for the places that you can set up your still life, your objects, like I said, anything, apple, teacup, flowers, flower pot, vases, anything you could virtually draw anything, any type of things around the house, outdoors, if you're setting up in front of some park-like settings, anything like that. If you just set up thinking that you want to try to capture two-dimensional drawings, versus trying to get too fancy with the three-dimensional drawings, that can be a little more difficult. So you never can go wrong with doing your two-dimensional drawings and going with that first, and then branching out and trying out three-dimensional style drawings. And we do everything on our channel here. I always say, please subscribe. Consider subscribing and also hitting that notification bell next to the subscribe button just below this video. And this way you're alerted to each time we're doing a new video. And again, I'm going to be doing more of these contour drawing videos so that we can all work together on it. I'll keep my skills sharp. You'll keep your skills sharp. You'll get better at drawing, and I'll continue to do the same thing too. And I'll try to bring hopefully some really good insights for your drawing portion of your artwork. Painting's a lot of fun. That's my favorite part, using the watercolor paints and the brushes and all the washes, and it's great. It's so fun, exciting. But also this is important too, doing our drawings. So let's remember to keep working on our drawings, and we'll see you on the next video. Hope you have fun with your art and everything keeps going well for you. And again, we'll see you on the next video. Much more to come, and have a great day. Bye-bye.